remove any junk characters or whatever it is there from that output data. Now, since mainframe has this like kind of a property that it cannot read all the records one by one by itself. That means if you just read a file, read input file, it will only read the first record of the file. It is not going to read entire records one by one unless and until you read this file in a loop. That is why this perform statement is very much important. Now here I have written perform until WSA equal to Y. What is performative? That means keep on performing this loop until and unless WSA becomes Y. So until and unless WSA becomes Y, keep on performing this loop. Now what is the current value of WSA? Current value of WSA is N. So what I have written keep on performing this until it becomes Y. So since it is currently N, so this loop will be performed. Inside that I have written what? Read. So it will go inside, it will read the input file. So whenever it reads the input file, it will read the first record. So now there will be two things under read. One is at end, one is not at end. At end means the file does not have any more data. Not at end means it still has data. Now if the file has data, it will go to not at end directly. If it does not have any data, so there is no point continuing with this program. We will move Y to WSA so that this condition is satisfied and the loop ends, because the loop was what? Keep on performing this loop unless and until this WSA becomes Y. That is why when it goes to at end, that means there are no more records present in this file. So we don't want to continue with this loop anymore. So we'll move Y so that this condition is satisfied and the loop ends. But in our case, suppose in the input file we have some 15 records. So it'll go to not at end. Then what I'm doing is, since I have to copy the first 10 records to output file, so I have to handle this scenario with a numeric counter variable. Okay, so at not at end, that means for the first record, when it goes to not at end, that means there are records present in it. I am doing add +1 to WSB. What is the current value of WSB? If you remember, I initialized it with 0. So for the first record, what I'm doing is I'm adding 1 to this variable. So the value of WSB is becoming 1. Okay, now below I'm writing if WSB less than equal to 10, that means the condition is becoming like this. If 1 less than equal to 10, then I'm moving in rec to out rec. I'm writing out rec, I'm initializing it. So you can check it closely that for the first record, the value of WSB becomes 1. Okay, for the first record, the value of WSB becomes 1. And then I have written a condition that if WSB is less than equal to 10, then move in rec to out rec, write out rec. So our condition is becoming 1 less than equal to 10. So it is satisfying this condition. So the first record will be moved from input to output. So after moving, we have to write out rec. So it will write the record in output file. Then I am initializing it because the writing has happened. So I am initializing it for the next record to be moved. Now it will not go to else part, since it has gone to end part. It will do end read. Okay, it will go to end read. Then it will come back to perform statement to check this condition. It will check that perform until WSA Y. Now WSA's value is still N. That is why it will perform this loop again. It will read the file. So this time it will read the next record. This time it will read the next record, the second record. It will go to not at end because the record is present. Add +1 to WSB. This value will become 2 this time. Okay, and the condition will become 2 less than equal to 10. This is also true condition because 2 is less than 10. Then second record will also be moved to output file. Second record will be written, it will be initialized, it will not go to end part, it will do end read. Again it will go to perform statement. This time third record it will read, it will go to not at end, it will become 3 less than equal to 10. True condition. Third record also will be moved to output file. Then it will be written in the output file. You can initialize it. Now like this, it will keep on running till the 10th record. So when it reads the file for the 10th time, this value will become 10 less than equal to 10, which is true because there are two conditions here. One is less, one is equal. So 10 is equal to 10, right? So this is a true condition. So 10th record will also be moved to output file and it will be written in the output file. You will write the output file, you will initialize it, it will come out. Now for the 11th time, it will again go. 11th time it will again go. This time if the record is present, suppose we have 15 records in the input file, so it will obviously go to not attend and it will make it 11 and this will become 11 less than equal to 10. So 11 is neither less than 10 nor equal to 10. So it is a false condition. This time it is not going to move any record to output file. So it will, that means it is not going to go inside this if loop. Since this condition is false, it will go to else part. Okay, it will go to else part. In else part, it will move y2 because 10 records are already copied. We don't want to continue with this loop because our requirement is fulfilled. We wanted to copy 10 records. Our requirement is fulfilled. So we want to close this loop. Now, the next for the 11th record, this condition is not matching. It is going to else part. So in else, I'm moving y to WSA. What is WSA? This variable, this flag. So when I move y to WSA, it will come to end if, it will end read. Now again it will try to perform this loop, perform until. So this time it will check perform until WSA equal to y. That means keep on performing this loop until and unless WSA becomes y. But WSA has already become y in the last iteration. So this time this condition will be satisfied and it will not go inside this loop anymore. It will directly go to end perform. And perform. So always remember between this verb and scope terminator, the final one, you cannot write any period, any dot, because if you write, the system will consider the loop to end there. The system will consider that the loop ends here. Suppose you write it here, system will consider that the loop starts from perform, it ends here. So these remaining statements will have no meaning. It will be like it will give you error that end read does not have any matching read, end perform does not have any matching perform, like that. So don't write any period. Only in case of this kind of loops you don't have to write period inside, otherwise everywhere else you write. See, there are three scope terminators here: end if, end read, end perform, but I have written only in the final one because end if, end read all come under this main perform. That is why even if you write in end if, it will fail. If you write with after end read, it will fail. That is why we have to write and after end perform. Now our 10 records have been copied, so there is no point continuing with this program. I have moved y here. Now suppose this file had only 5 records, then how will this loop work? For the first time it will become 1 less than 10 or less than equal to 10, it will be moved. First record. Second record, it will be moved. Third will be moved. Fourth will be moved. Fifth will also be moved. For the sixth record, it will try to read the file again. Okay, because there are only five records in this file. Sixth record, it will not find only in the file. That time it will go to attend, because attend means it has reached the end of this file. There are no more records present in this file. So for the sixth record, it is not going to go to not attend. It will go to at end and it will move y to WSA. So when it moves y to WSA, this loop will be complete and it will come out. That means in this case, when the requirement is from the input file, maximum you can copy only the first 10 records to output. You have to take care of two things. One is when the input file has more than 10 records. One is when the input file has less than 10 records. So when the input file has more than 10 records, you have to handle it through this if else part, this else part. You have to end this loop with else. Whenever it crosses 10, you have to write an else statement where you will move y to WSA so that this loop completes. And whenever the input file has less than 10 records, that time it will never go to this else part only, because if it has less than 10 records, it is it will only go to else part when it has more than 10 records. When it has less than 10 records, it will roam around here only in if. So when for the suppose it has 5 records, the sixth time it will not be able to find it, so it will go to end at end part and it will move some flag this value y to WSA. So this way this loop will be complete. So here one more thing you can see in this program, I have not written any paragraph. In real time in your companies, you will always write paragraphs. This is just an example, so I have written it this way, but in real time you'll always see these open statements will be in some paragraph, some open paragraph, the initialization paragraph will be there, some read paragraph will be there, here inside processing paragraph will be there, inside not attend. Then finally you will have some close paragraphs also, where you will have some close statements like close file, close input file, close output file. You have cursor, then cursor close also. So those kind of things, because in real time the codes will be very, very complex. In sometimes there are huge codes, you cannot handle it without using perform statement. So perform paragraphs, those are mandatory in real time to understand the code, understand the flow of the code. Otherwise, you will, first of all, you will not understand. Second of all, you will sometimes not be able to handle the logics only if you don't write paragraph, because one paragraph may be called at multiple positions for some reason. So if you don't use paragraphs, that set of code you will not be able to execute at multiple positions. That's why paragraph is mandatory, and also it will look good. There is some Cobol coding standard which we have to follow. So paragraphs are mandatory, which will make the code look good, look clean. It will make the user understand it better way, and it will make you handle all the Cobol logics, all the scenarios. Okay. So I will come up with one more video where I will show you how to handle a paragraph using a call program using these paragraphs. Each and every step I will compare with a normal program with a program where you have paragraphs, and I will show you the difference. The flow of the program will be exactly same, just the way of writing and the way it looks like will be different. Otherwise, the flow of the program will be exactly same. So I'll come up with a new video. So I hope you like it. I hope it will be helpful for you. Please suggest me in comment box what type of videos you want to see on mainframe on any topic. I will try to make it. And if you like this, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll meet in the next video. Thank you.